Hi. This is the 8th time that I've tried recording this video. It is about 2:45 in the AM. I need to talk about something, and you're all gonna listen. Hi, Ian of Reminiscent Industries. This is one of the rare times where I'm only posting this on one of the channels, instead of both when it comes to an on-camera video. And I wanted to specifically talk about something that is coming that I kind of glossed over in a small, like 40-minute video, and that is what is up and coming. That being the final remake slash remaster of the Dawn of the Demetrix cover album. See, the reason I want to talk about this in a video that is on its own is because I want to first go through the process that it took to create the recent Dawn of the Demetrix cover album, and essentially, actually, all of the ones that came before it, because my experience with the Dawn of the Demetrix album, originally from Iris, DA Games, Will, all that, great guy, has been very eye-opening and very different than probably any cover artist or any cover band has probably ever experienced with a project. Now, that isn't necessarily going to the effort to discredit any cover bands or cover artists or what have you. I just want to make it clear why exactly you can probably see that I'm very manic, I'm very anxiety ridden, I'm shaky, I'm stuttering with my words a lot, but there's a big reason why not only am I so hesitant to make this video, but I was so hesitant to make this announcement, I was so hesitant to do this in general. It's not for the reasons you guys think, and I want to start this video off with just explaining to you what my experience was. And my experience with this album is exactly why I have decided to remove myself from covering DA Games and Iris content going forward after I do the Heart of an Artist Resurrection album. And if it lasts as long as I think production is going to, this album, because there is a big factor that you guys don't know about. I've been speaking to several artists, in different communities that I'm in over the past couple months, and I've asked them how many masters it has taken for them to complete specific songs for original projects or otherwise on average, and the most that I've heard is probably in the mid 70s range. I heard from a couple people maybe in the upper 80s numbers. And I really just want to preface that comparatively, I spent so ungodly amounts of time on Dawn of the Demetrix, because what I'm going to tell you here is a little thing that I've kept to myself. There were over 10,000 masters in the Dawn of the Demetrix cover album alone. There were over 1,500 masters for a specific tracks, well over 1,000 for a few of them, well into the 900s, the 800s, and the 700s for multiple of these songs. And you can see, based off of that information, why going to this album, to this project, to this artist, just in general, going to Will's music has been so difficult for me, because I spent such ungodly amounts of time focusing on trying to perfect an album that realistically, with my skill set at the time, I was unable to perfect. I was unable to do everything that I needed to do to make everything sound the way I wanted them to sound, and that put me in a cycle of endless endless hours combing over songs and project files and DAW programs and effects and retakes over and over again. I tried so hard, and it ended up that there are over 20,000 master files for the Dawn of the Dominatrix cover project. I want to just preface this before I start any talk about what I'm going to be doing, because I feel as though I spent too much time to even consider going back to this. I had told myself that I would never touch this album again. So the fact that I am even considering going back to it means that you have to surmise in your head that either one, I'm going crazy, or two, there is extreme merit in what I am doing. And let me tell you, it's probably both. With the information that I just relayed to you in mind, having over 20,000 project masters for the album of 14 tracks alone, you'd think the fact that I'm even considering going back to it is something that is unprecedented as hell, and I'm probably going crazy. And yes, I probably am, but there is extreme merit in what I am doing, and I'm gonna tell you exactly just what I am trying to accomplish here. It's wild because the idea for doing this cover album the way I currently am actually extended itself from, unironically enough, the Amazon Prime parody that Will had placed out shortly after the release of the Dawn of the Dominatrix. Probably post like a screen recording of it so that you guys can hear what I'm talking about. But there's a certain section in that parody where he added some vocal layers to a portion that was never expanded upon vocally. There were vocal layers in a part where it was just instrumental. And that got me thinking, what if I could do something like that with not only this track, adding it to the original that the parody was based off of, but every track in the album? And I thought this to myself, and I said, this would take ungodly amounts of work. It would not only take going back to the album and redoing everything again, but it would also take more time going into it, you know, looking inside of that album and seeing what portions could be accentuated more, what portions could be added onto in the ways that I'm thinking about doing. And what I found is that I needed to go legitimately more all in project files than I have ever done before. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a producer's take and tell you that my cover of Are You Proud of Me Now and my cover of SOS Resurrection have been the projects with the most vocal layers, with SOS having roughly 48 of them, and Are You Proud of Me Now having well over, I believe, 60 in terms of both lead and backing vocals put together. Are You Proud of Me Now and SOS Resurrection have had the most up until now, because I have found that going back to songs like Dawn and Dominatrix and even Vengeance, Biobond, and Into the Beyond, I have figured out that there are so many more layers that are needed to make these songs sound fuller and more whole than I ever gave them credit for, than I ever took the time of day to even discover that they needed. With Dawn currently having well over 120 current vocal layers in its mix. And to some people who aren't as involved in music production, that might sound insane. That might sound like whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking about, you have to be insane to put that many vocal layers in. And to that I say, you're probably right. But I've figured out that by going this route, by going this direction with this project, that it really needs to be done. And with the amount of effort that I am putting into making everything sound as full and as crisp and as clean as possible, what I want to do with this cover collection is I want to make these either sound the same quality or, my sanity be damned, better than the original songs. And honestly, before I started this project, I didn't think that would even be possible. I didn't think I'd be able to get to a level where I can successfully either match or surpass the quality of the original, but I figured out that by doing what I'm doing, I am going more in depth into the songs than I ever have, and at the same time, with some of the stuff that I'm doing with some of these tracks, I'm going more in depth into them than I think Will did. I am adding something to these tracks that are wholly my own, that are wholly my ideas, and that are completely mine, thus adding to what once was while still maintaining a sense of quality and mastery in a craft that I think that I can match or surpass. The problem is that I'm just so unsure of myself when it comes to this project. I spent endless hours combing over this project previously, and I'm honestly not sure if I can do it. And I am very close to saying either I do want to just go full in on it or I don't. So essentially what I'm making this video for is I'm asking my audience, you all, the question: do you want me to pursue this? Because I easily can. I think that it would be the best idea for me to have a genuine sense of closure with this album, to have a genuine sense of fulfillment in this project that honestly I never would have had otherwise, that I now officially can have. But I don't want to do it without looking to you guys, because you are my audience. You have seen me go over this album time and time again. You have seen me remaster it and remake it. So I'm asking you guys, my audience, do you want to see this album at its fullest potential? To this album one more time and say, maybe, just maybe I can fulfill it. And if you guys unanimously say no in the comments or as a response to this video just in general, I won't. I will back away wholeheartedly. I will say to myself, you know what? This isn't a good idea. I should set this down. I should put this to bed. I should nail it in a coffin and ship it off into the waters. I should give it the justice that it deserves, and that justice would be to send it away. But quite honestly, I just want to know the truth. I want to either say I'll give it the Viking funeral, I'll send it away, or I will redo it. And I will give it everything that it deserves. Because at the moment, I feel like I can. But I want to know what you guys think. Because I don't want to rehash something so many times and just disappoint you further. I don't want to do that anymore. So this is what I'm asking. Do you guys want me to remake this album to its fullest potential, or do you guys want to see me move on as I've decided to? Do you guys want to see Dawn of the Demetrix, the definitive cover album as I once imagined it? Or do you guys want to see this era of my cover music put to bed? Do you guys want to see it gone and see me move on to other things and potentially even leave along with it? Because honestly, I am so torn. I don't know. It is 3 in the morning, and I've tried recording this thing 8 times already. And I just don't know what to do. And honestly, I need your help deciding. Because I could do this. I could very well do it. I'm very tired of this project, and I'm not sure it'll be worth it. So I'm coming to you guys, my audience, and asking you, do you want to see this done one more time, or do you want to see me put this to bed? I'll await your response, whether it be in the comments, whether it be on social medias, whether it be the DA community putting me on blast on Twitter again. I don't care what it is. I just want a definitive answer to see if it's worth it again. Because I fully believe there's a chance that it is, but I don't want to get my hopes up too much, because I don't know, you guys. I don't think I do, at least. So, I suppose that's where I'll leave this. Yeah, I await your responses. Peace. In due time.